Hey y'all, it's your girl Alex popping in for my quick drops for deep thoughts. I wanted to go further into this art of detachment. And now remember, this isn't to where you are expected to be a doormat to anyone, as nobody absolutely should be. But this is how we start to let go of being pulled into other people's negative energetic like fields, right? Their places, their spaces by their negative and hurtful actions to where we can detach that emotional reaction so then we can proceed forward in a healthier response, right? Real quick, if you guys are interested in feeding your pack, your pups, your beautiful dogs, this phenomenal dog food, we have this fantastic dog food. Everything can be found in the description that I cannot recommend enough. The FDA recently came out with another dog food brand, high top tier brands that are being proven without a shadow of a doubt that they are directly killing these dogs, predominantly through canine heart disease, which was proven in 2019. And then this other one having a link directly to corn. Guess what dog food does not have corn, as they haven't, and there's so much science. I dove into the nutritional aspects of it, right? I have this big book. I always joke because I really freaked out when I found out the dog food I was feeding my pack at the time a few years ago was actually being killing dogs, directly linking to this unknown kidney toxin. Wildest world we live in, but it is what it is, right? When we know more and we are educated more and understanding what we're supposed to be looking for, what has been proven to be beneficial, right, and helpful and healthy, then we can proceed forward in a better way. Going into that art of detachment, it's exactly it, right? You might be experiencing things that are really big and seem really out of control, right? 2020, that was a wild year where a lot of people saw a lot of brokenness, right? Just losing everything in a lot of instances. And that's not saying that these aren't powerful events. That's not saying this is a lure route to where you can avoid this whole incident altogether, right? Your loss of job, right? Or loss of home, really big things that really rock your security. It's not saying don't take action in taking care of that these things get settled. It's saying that you are able to reserve your emotional energy because you are not allowing yourself to freak out, panic, bring that fear mongering into your own conscious, your own mindset to where you're now projecting this fear because you're like, oh my gosh, I just lost my house, right? What if we turned into the, oh my gosh, I just lost my house to source guides, being Christ centered consciousness, that divine knowing, right? Through our crown coming into our soul, giving us this divine understanding. What do I need to do? What are you trying to show me? What are you trying to teach me? Those are your three questions. All of this is going to be in the description. I don't expect anyone to ever remember. What is it I need to do? What am I supposed to learn? What are you trying to show me? Those three things, right? Three things. Because it's not saying that homelessness, for instance, losing your home, job, food, security, any of that is not that it's not a big deal. But when we center ourselves, right, and then and gain that understanding, right, by asking, because we have to put into the universe what we expect to receive, right, so we can be open to receive, so we can be ready to receive, right, when we are putting into the universe, speaking it into existence, giving it energy, giving it life, giving it the ability to thrive and be put into action, right? Momentum, putting this energy into action, we can then take that action and that energy and be ready to receive what it is we're supposed to do, so that when we go out and deal with these big things, deal with this big life circumstances that is quite possibly destroying your whole physical 3D reality, that dense reality, but you're able to ascend in that higher dimension of, I can't change this 3D dimension, but this is what I can do because I'm in full control of how my spiritual aspect and my energy engages these perceived negative situations. What if that job loss is being pulling you from this really dark place, these dark energies, and bringing you into your higher good? What if you are supposed to step into that divine purpose, but where you're currently at, you can't do that? And so energy is put into that situation to pull you out, right? Divine intervention is pulling you out so that you can step into what is. But are you aware of it? Are you tapping into that? Are you realizing what this is trying to show you, teach you, give you understanding? So you're like, oh, I know what this is. Now I can step into my authority. Now I can step into that power. Everything that the divine Christ, my soul, my journey, everything that you're supposed to do, you can do it now. Because you're open to that receptive, you're operating that higher wavelength, those higher frequencies, right? We're not down here in this fear, scared, shame, terrified area. No, we're elevated higher, because while this is destroying my 3D reality, my world, everything, I don't know where my next meal is coming. I'm hungry, right? I'm sleeping outside because I don't have a home. Those are really big things. Do you need to lean further in? Do you need to lean into your source more? Because I know when I was facing my dark nights, I learned so much when I started seeking that Christ energy, that Christ knowing, that Christ knowledge, that divine connection. Because when I was so broken and hurting so bad, and I sought that divine entity to understand what it is I'm supposed to be doing, because I'm so tired of these things happening, right? Big things, life altering things. What do I need to learn? What are you trying to show me? What do I need to understand? These things are so powerful when we finally detach our emotions to where we can then step into that higher frequency of understanding and knowing, so that we can take whatever this situation, these big situations that they are, we're able to fulfill that purpose in our divine, and fall into that divine frequency where we are fulfilling everything we were equipped to do. But we have to detach from all of that negative emotional energy. As much as it wants to call you in, as much as it wants to distract you, that's one of the biggest things. This took a lot to make this video. I've been distracted all day. I'm exhausted. I want to sleep, but it's always when I finally say, I don't care, I'm going to keep doing it, because the more I'm attacked, I know there's something that's supposed to be done in this. There's supposed to be something that comes through to this. And in this, how is this going to impact other people's frequencies? And it's always weird, because as soon as it starts recording, I always get this burst of energy. And it's always enough to sustain me for whatever else I got to do for that rest of the day. But I first got to say, okay, I'm getting attacked spiritually. Okay. I'm not going to give it that frustration, that anger, that emotional energy it's trying to elicit. Instead, I'm going to cleanse my space. I'm going to put all electronics and distractions away that keep coming in. I'm going to put on the music, those binaural beats. They're amazing. 30-day challenge. If you're not in it, it's in the description. It is, and it's awesome. I've been seeing a lot of really amazing results from other people. I've been hearing it, people emailing me, and it's been so healing and so beautiful, and just so powerful, right? These powerful things all at our hands. And it's all this beautiful natural stuff that has been taken from us, right? To heal. Cellular regeneration on a massive scale, right? Massive as in like being able to reach the masses, but also internally too. If you think of how tiny a cell is, and it's regenerating, it's healing, it's all coming back together, right? As the source created us to be. I pray this resonates with anybody that might be going through this. If it doesn't, maybe this is just another tool you can put in your tool bag, so that you can, if and when you encounter these things, you know what to do, because you've already seen it, you've already heard it. If you want to join our 30-day challenge, I do have a couple of social media groups attached to it to help encourage each other, along with, if you click on the link, it's for me to basically giving me consent to send you a survey at the end of this. Stays anonymous, but it just gives me tangible, right? Feedback, right? I can see results, I can see numbers, I can produce numbers of things that we did. People are watching what we did, our experiments, right? Now they can see the results of those experiments anonymously. And if you guys are interested, all of the different stuff is below. Same thing with our dog food. If you guys are interested, my contact info, I would love to talk to you more about it. Peace and love, my beautiful beloved souls, until we speak again.